Moving on to Turok 1. It doesn't take nearly as much space as Turok 1 or Turok 2 does for as far as memory card space. I really wish you guys could see this in good clarity, because this is some badass box art. I got this game along with the second game at the same time, actually, and both of them came with the manual. So I mean, I got both games and the manual. And Turok 1 actually came in a plastic case, one of those plastic N64 cases. So that was pretty neat. And I got this one for I think $1. Like I said, shipping was probably 2 or 3 times that. Also, one cool thing about the manual: if you turn on this game and you press start and you get into the game, you have no idea what you're doing. You are dropped into a forest thing, a jungle with a bunch of cliffs and mountains, and you are immediately being attacked by dinosaurs and hunter guys. Not immediately, but seconds, moments after. The storyline is only in the manual, but one sweet thing about the manual, which is actually one of the main reasons why I'm glad that I have it now that I've actually looked at it, is they included a Turok comic book, and they included like the first Turok issue inside the manual itself, and that's really neat. As far as this game though, this was 96. This was one of the first times that a console only game was being made. I think they re-released it in 97 or 98 on the PC. I played it on the PC. It's pretty cool. I think it was really done well. Back in 96, though, they really didn't know how to push the N64 hardware. I mean, Mario 64 had the draw distance. Turok does not. Turok has very limited draw distance. You may only be able to see about 10 or 15 feet in front of you. Dead honest. In other levels, like when you fight the bosses, you can kind of see a bit more, but in order to shroud the fact that the draw distance is horrible, they place fog everywhere, and which I think is actually a cool effect. It would have been nice if you could see the draw distance, which I'm glad they did in 2. They beefed up the draw distance much more, which obviously shows that by 97 they were starting to figure out how to optimize these games. And Turok 1, I really like the control. If you don't know how to play inverted, don't play N64 games. If you don't know how to play inverted with an inverted Y-axis for your aim, your look, don't play N64 games. Because we played Conqueror's Bad Fur Day, and Conqueror's Bad Fur Day only has inverted. That is the reason why I play inverted on all of my games, because I play Conquer. All of my other friends, they play standard, they play regular, up is up, down is down, and I can't play that way. I'm very surprised that they didn't learn from Conquer 2, or they didn't, pick up the same from Conquer as well. But if you can't play inverted, don't even bother picking up Turok. It handles pretty well, especially when they didn't really have any kind of a grounds to build on as far as the shooting games for the N64 were. But it brought in the joystick to move, or joystick to look around and aim, and the C buttons to move. Z is shoot and R is jump, and A and B is to cycle through your weapons. Turok was the first N64 shooter to get it done. It was the first one, and they did it right. The game is actually kind of suspenseful. Having the horrible draw distance and extremely loud sound makes this game kind of creepy. When you kill enemies, they die, but for some reason they thought it'd be cool to make them respawn, which I don't think is very cool, but they usually respawn behind you because you already went to where they were. So if you just killed them, why would you hang around where they are? You're gonna keep going down your, okay. You're walking down the hallway, kill a dude, keep going, and he respawns, and it's like this really loud, like time warp or like this warping sound effect, and all of a sudden you hear these really loud footsteps, and that scares the crap out of you, especially when you hear dinosaur growls and crap. No, it doesn't support surround sound. This is 96, y'all. It's stereo, but I mean, it's a cool game. I really like the textures. I like walking around and looking at the levels. They look really neat. They're not, fantastically animated, and the graphics are a little smudgy, but I really do enjoy just walking around and looking at stuff. Looking at the geometry, looking at all the textures, kill a dinosaur, then stop and look down at him, kill a dude and look at how, ugly his face looks. I really like that about this game. I really think the art design was done well. So, if you like more games like Turok, by the way, don't play Evolution. Don't play the new Turok games. I played a demo of the Turok one, of the new Turok, I think on 360. It was but I heard it gets extremely repetitive. So I'm just gonna say that if you want Turok, get the original trilogy and get Rage Wars, which I'm actually about to move into. Like I said though, if you have a chance to play Evolution, don't. I bought it for $10 from a neighbor who had a garage sale, and maybe play it through once. The multiplayer is pretty much trash though. So, hey, Turok 1, if you actually enjoy older shooters, especially being, first time, really trying to lay down a platform as to what a shooter is going to be on a console, try Turok. It's pretty neat. So it's good from a very nostalgic point. Alright, let's move into Turok Rage Wars, another black cartridge, which I have quite a few of actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Turok Rage Wars. This game came out around the time that Quake was starting to really pick up. Quake 1 was big, Quake 2 was big as well, and this game really kind of took what Quake tried to do. If you can't really see it right here at the bottom due to all this explosion, there's 4 guns here, meaning it's a 4-player game. There's 1 gun, 2 guns, 3 guns, 4 guns. What I actually like a lot about this game is it has a great premise. It has a great idea of what it wants to do. It has 4-player. It's just 4-player. You always play with like 4 people in it, or at least 4. At most 4 people. Sorry, at most 4 people. It's very, very small arenas that you battle in, but there are several of them. There are several levels in the game, and you can play capture the flag. You can play deathmatch. You play team deathmatch. They have this thing called like raptor tag and like a bunch of crap like that, where you just kind of kill off one guy and that guy tries to kill you guys, and whoever he kills is the next person. It has a lot going for it. It really does. And they try to take what is like that Quake-esque multiplayer. It does not have a true it's not a true Turok game. It is a multiplayer game. What you think of it as when you go through the single player is pretty much training for multiplayer. It even has 2-player co-op through all the training campaign story mode thing. It's pretty cool though. I'm actually going to cut this video a couple seconds short. I'd like to continue talking about this, so next video. Thank you for watching. Sorry this is taking so long. I really didn't plan it to do this long.